Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the SAP Business One How To series. In this video, we're going to see how to set up the fixed asset within the system. Let's switch over to see how this is done. Now, to do the fixed asset setup, the first thing we need to do is that the fixed asset has to be enabled for the company. To do that, we're going to the administration module. We'll click on the system initialization and then company details. On the basic initialization tab, we will see the option to enable fixed assets. Please note that once this is turned on, it cannot be disabled. So you need to confirm from the customer or the user that they will be using fixed assets. And then once this is done, you can determine the frequency of the depreciation, if it's monthly or daily. So for us, ours is monthly. All right, so once that has been enabled, the next thing to do is to do the setup. So first of all, still in the administration module, you go into the setup folder. Within the setup folder, there is a financial subfolder, which you click on it, and then within the financial subfolder we have the fixed asset subfolder. Now, to create the asset classes, we would need to first of all determine the account determination, the depreciation type, and depreciation area for the assets. So let me show that so that we can understand. So to create a new asset class, you need to have defined the depreciation area, you need to have defined the account determination, the depreciation type, and the useful life. Alright, so we're going to define all this one after the other. So first of all, let's start with the fixed asset account determination. A prerequisite for this is the chart of accounts, which we have imported. And then, so we'll click on the add icon, we give it a code. The description, plants and machinery. Please note that the account determination should be done alongside a financial personnel so that they can advise on the accounts to be used. Alright, so in this, I'm just going to use the basic account. So you can see our account here. So I'm just going to select the default, the basic that are required for the asset. You can always come back to update the remaining fields. Right, so I'm just adding the required field. That's the asset account, the accumulated depreciation account, the depreciation expense account, which will be used for the depreciation on a monthly basis as you have defined. Right, so once this is done, we can add this. So we have defined, I've done the account determination setup for our asset. Alright, so the next thing is to go to depreciation type. So this is where we define how the asset would be devalued. Again, it's important that we speak to the finance department to guide us on doing this. So I'll click on the add icon. For my depreciation type, I'm going to be defining the straight line depreciation. And then we can also see what the calculation base will be, yearly or monthly. This is also where you put in the salvage value percentage if the asset has a salvage value, and also you can include the salvage value in depreciation calculation. So it's important that you speak with the finance department to guide you on all this. So for the rest, I'm just going to leave it the way it is and then click on add. So now we have defined our depreciation type. The next thing is to define our depreciation area. By default, it's required that we have at least one depreciation area. So I'm just going to create one, which is the main. And then the type is posting to GL account. So you have to, like I mentioned, by default you must have a main depreciation area. So once that is done, we have added depreciation area. The next thing is to create our asset class. Now because we have defined all the prerequisites, we can go ahead to create our asset class. So we'll click on the add icon again. We'll give it a code. We'll give it a description. Then first you have to select our depreciation area. You will notice that you can't create a depreciation area directly from here, which is why it must have been defined before creating it. Then we define our account determination group. Once again, you can see that you can only select from the list that is available here. Select our depreciation type. Yeah, for depreciation type, you can also create it directly from here. But since we have created it, we'll just choose it, and then we'll define the useful life for our asset class in months. Alright, so we have defined the assets. Now we can go ahead and create the asset which is covered in another video. That will be all for this video. To find out more, kindly visit our website and also reach out to us on various social media platforms. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and turn on notification to be notified of new content. Thank you for your time.